Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Listen, I was gonna start the live stream at 10:15 a.m., but I'm gonna start the live stream a little bit early today because I'm crushed for time today, and I have some very pressing issues I gotta attend to in the field. So yeah, I already know this is your boy Jermane'S Views, and today I'm back at it again with another live stream for you guys. We're gonna discuss some stuff. Why Americans are leaving America for the greater part of it. But before we do so, today is Monday, March 30. It's another day, guys. Another day. The year is progressing with some great momentum, and by the time you know it, so almost time for summer and fall and winter again, and the clock ticks. So whatever you're doing, just put out your best effort into it, man, to get to the next level because guess what? Time doesn't wait for anyone. So give it up for Monday, March 30, 2026. We're happy to be alive. We're happy to see another day. And the market, guys, is in a seesaw mood again because Trump tweeted or truth that they're in some serious talk to end this conflict. So the market is rallying on that news, up today, down tomorrow. You already know I'm long term. I'm looking at things from a long term perspective, and I'm putting my dollars to work for me long term. But anyway, guys, you all see the caption. Like over the years, a bunch of people have been leaving the United States, and they're settling into places like Southeast Asia and South America. Very popular spots in like Southeast Asia is like Vietnam, Bali, Thailand. In South America, a lot of Americans are moving to like um, Costa Rica, Peru, even Mexico. A lot of Americans are moving to Mexico, and they're doing so because they think that the American dream is over. There's no more American dream, and record numbers of people are doing it, moving out with their family, single men. I think the passport boys really started this phenomenon, and the passport boys really start moving out and traveling Southeast Asia to get women and stuff like that. But over the years, the trend, a lot of people catch on to the trend, and they're moving because of some prime reasons, healthcare reasons, cost of living, um, educational standards. So that's why a lot of people have been moving out of the country. But recently, the trend have been going up. More and more people leaving, and now they're leaving because of the current state of the United States. For example, the housing market. The housing market is stuck in a state of nonsense for the past couple of years. So if you look at the record over the years, if the prices of houses are up, interest rates usually be down. So it usually be like a seesaw relationship. But now price of houses are up and interest rates are up. So a lot of people cannot afford a house in the United States today. And when they do the math, it is much easier to live in some of those countries that I mentioned earlier and get a decent income and be able to live there and make a living for their families. Um, Food price in America is in the United States is out of hand, and I get it. There are different quality of foods here, but the foods that are appealing to most people are the lower quality foods, and because they probably can't afford to buy top quality organic or even top quality food, so they're mostly eating junk and stuff like that, and a lot of people are getting sick from all these junk foods and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why they do the math and they see that food are cheaper in some of those countries I mentioned earlier, South America and Southeast Asia, and not only cheaper, but it is of better quality. Rent. Rent is also cheaper in some of those countries too. People been able to live for little to no money in some of those countries, and they live in top quality spaces, top quality real estate, and it's just the overall experience of living in another country, where you don't have to get up on the hustle and bustle every day, and it's just easier, quieter life, and just quality living standard in terms of like peace, tranquility, and better oxygen, better air quality, and stuff like that. That's why people are flocking to some of these countries, because it's like some of these places are like some tropical oasis, and that is very, very, very inexpensive. And you know, that's been the trend for years and years now. So you might ask yourself, um, is it time for me to leave America um, because of what's going on? Only you can really answer that question. But it is possible. A lot of people have been doing it for the past couple of years, and you know, now one of the top reasons a lot of people are doing it, especially those on the left, and especially those who are spreading propaganda, etc., is because of the president. A lot of people don't like the president that is in office right now, and a lot of people, you know, would rather leave the country just to score a point, a political point. And everyone has their own free will, so everyone can do what they want to do. But it is really hard here in the United States. It's not a bed of roses, and you have to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, you'll get caught up in some stuff. You get caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people get themselves in some crazy financial situation, and then have to end up either leave the country, or they can't afford to stay here anymore. They have to just look for alternative options. So leaving the United States today is one thing that is, I would say, that is one thing that can be done, and have to be done in a fashion where you not just leave to leave. Because guess what? When you leave, let me tell you this, if you didn't know this, the United States passport, um, essentially you pay to hold that passport. So if you're a citizen of the United States and you decide to leave to Vietnam, or leave to Dubai, or leave to any one of those tropical oases that people are flocking to, you decide to leave to any one of those places, and you land a top tier job, and you're making the money, and you're living there, you have to pay taxes here in America, even if you're living overseas. As long as you hold that United States passport, you have to pay Uncle Sam his cut here in the United States, as long as you're still holding on to that passport. So essentially, what happens is you're going to be double taxed. You understand? You're going to be double taxed, and a lot of people who don't want to do that just ending up like renouncing their citizenship. And when they renounce their citizenship, you get rid of the passport. You're no longer considered a United States citizen by the United States government, and and you just give up that passport, and wherever country you're at, you might just have to get their passport, or get their permanent residency um, document, or whatever it is. But what happened to a lot of people is they think that, okay, because I was born here and I was a United States citizen, and I voluntarily renounced my U.S. citizenship, I can come back to the United States at any time to visit, or whatever it is. No, 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 no. It doesn't work like that. You have to get yourself a United States visa in order to visit, even if you were born here and you decide to renounce your citizenship. So the government figured out what's going on, and they're making it even easier for people to renounce their U.S. citizenship. So what the government um, done a few months ago, I think is in 2025, in March 2025, they reduced the fee of renouncing your U.S. citizenship from $2,350 to $450. So almost or approximately an 80% drop reduction in the fee to reduce your citizenship, to renounce your citizenship. And a lot of people are doing it. But I think in the long end, in the long game, they're gonna realizing that, you know, it might or might not be the best thing to do. I wouldn't jump and go ahead and renounce my citizenship. Um, I would test the waters first. You understand? And I don't mind paying double taxes if I'm in a area where cost of living is extremely low and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind paying the taxes to hold on to that passport because at the end of the day is that's the United States passport, one of the most powerful passports in the world, and you can have some freedom of traveling, and other areas are open up to you if you have the United States passport, the whole the United States passport. Other geographic areas of the world are very accessible, and people, you have some leverage holding a U.S. passport. So let's put it in perspective. So a lot of people are leaving because of Trump. A lot of people are leaving because of the economy. A lot of people are leaving now today because of the war in Iran, and even young men. Some are leaving because they don't want to be drafted, and they don't want to do this, and it might be a point where um, they get caught up in this conflict if this war escalate significantly, which it might be because some reports saying that the boots are about to hit the ground in Iran, and Iran is prepared with over 1 million soldiers to welcome any ground invasion of the United States troops with massive firepower. So that's a scare factor that is really causing a lot of people to, or a lot of young men to really get out of the country and relocating and going to different places and stuff like that. So those are some of the factors that causing people to really get out of the country and leave the United States. And it's a push and pull issue. Um, I understand the high living costs here. It is significantly higher than everywhere else in the world. Uh, to buy a house now. Um, so this is one thing that I know that's gonna happen. That is gonna happen. So a lot of millennials, Gen Zs, and a lo- let me see, a lot of Gen Zs, and some millennials too might not be able to buy a house, man. This is what it is. It is crazy. At the current trajectory of how some of these people operate and how they carry themselves and how and what they think the economy is and how they operate within the economy and the jobs that are available and the degrees that they're taking or doing that will ultimately determine their earning power later in life. It is it is mediocre, honestly, because if you don't have some sort of skills in AI technology and AI infrastructure and generative AI and something that is really needed in this economy, you might be stuck, honestly, and I'm just being very honest with people. You might be stuck and you might be confused in a way where you just don't know what's going on around you, and you cannot fit in the economy because the technical skills and technical know-hows that you should have been practicing or are not there, and the economy is just gonna leave you behind and leave you out of everything. So it is. I don't know, guys. It is crazy, and it is absolutely mind-boggling to know that United States, um, the place of milk and honey, to say, where you know, land of the free and home of the brave, where you can achieve the American dream. It's sad to say that, in some regards, the American dream is dead. And the reason why it's dead is because, you know, the way how things are right now. And it can be revived. The American dream can be revived. Trump is trying to revive it. And, we're trying to get stuff back made here and we're trying to get the housing prices down and they're trying to do all of that. But it's just sad to say that people are leaving the country because they don't see there's no hope here and they don't see that there are any hope here to really make a living and raise a family and stuff like that. And the school system here are becoming very atrocious, and people are just giving up, giving up, and giving up and giving up in all aspect of life in the United States today. But I do believe that America is still the place to be. It's still a place of opportunity. You could make it here with you and your family. You could set yourself. You could hold your head down and grind it out and actually achieve something and make yourself into something. I do believe that the American dream is still alive today and it's kicking, and you just have to get out there, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and do what you need to do to um, survive and get to the next level. So that's my opinion. That's my views on things that America is not kicking anyone out. People are leaving, and they're leaving because they think that, the dream of America, the American dream is over, and they want better for their family. Yes, go ahead. In all fairness, I respect your decision, but America is not kicking anyone out. America is still breathing and living, and you just gotta make decisions, man. It's just decisions, good decisions. That's what it's gonna take to really survive going forward. So it's your boy Jermaine Views. Please remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop any live streams or whatever. And let me know, man. Peace. I'm out.